President Ferdinand R. Jr. closed out his ASEAN Summit schedule at a quarter past midnight or early this morning by citing the clear gains derived from yet another successful work and business trip in the just-ended gathering of ASEAN leaders in Cambodia. PTV's Noel Talakay was on hand for the welcome presidential return trip, and he filed this report.
I am pleased to report that my visit to Cambodia for the 40th and 41st ASEAN Summit was successful.
This was the conclusion of President Ferdinand R. Jr. on his first ASEAN Summit held in Cambodia last week. The President arrived in Villamor Air Base, Pasay City at 12:14 early this morning aboard chartered Philippine airline flight number PR01. He proceeded to the Bulwagan Kalayaan Hall for his arrival speech, as he shared that all ASEAN member countries are united to solve global issues like food supply and security, fertilizer and oil price, and post-pandemic recovery.
It was quite gratifying to see that there was a very large area of consensus amongst the ASEAN member states. Ganun pare-pareho kasi sa atin yung food supply, presyo ng fertilizer, presyo ng langis, parehong-pareho sa atin. Kaya at saka bukod pa dun ay merong nagkakaunawaan lahat ng member states na hindi kaya ng mag-isa, kailangan magsama-sama, magtulungan. And so that is I think the most important takeaway from this trip for the ASEAN Summit.
He expressed his gratitude to the Cambodian government for the warm welcome and hospitality shown to the Philippine delegation. He also proudly showcased to the investors who were present during the said summit about the different opportunities that the country can offer because of its economic improvement.
I invited the business leaders to visit and have a look at what the opportunities that they might find in the Philippines arising from the process of transforming the economy, given that it seems our direction for post-pandemic recovery is bearing fruit.
The President also lauded the cabinet members who joined him during the 4-day ASEAN Summit in Cambodia as they contributed to its success. He was accompanied by Enrique Manalo, Secretary of Foreign Affairs, DTI Secretary Alfredo Pascual, and DSWD Erwin Tulfo.
They were quite overworked throughout the whole time, but that's what it takes to have a fruitful time in our summit with the ASEAN.
The President was welcomed by Vice President and Deputy Secretary Sara Duterte and a number of cabinet members and advisors. Indonesia is the next to host the summit in 2023. Noel Talakay for The Nation.